what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
Hi guys, it is January 3rd. I thought I would film a quick video with you guys, have a quick chat, and kind of talk to you guys about 2024 and 2025. 2024 was probably one of the hardest years of my life ever. I did share with you guys a lot of what we went through in 2024, but I feel like I barely scratched the surface of that, and I'm not really going to go into all of it right now, but kind of a recap of 2024. I was on a mission to lose weight and to get healthy in 2023. I was rolling into 2024, still holding strong on that. In January, James's dad became very ill. He went from stage 4 to stage 5 renal failure. We found out he had a mass in his bladder. I was actually the one with him when he found out he had the mass in his bladder. He and I were very close, and he had asked me not to tell anybody he had the mass. He said he didn't want everybody freaking out or telling him what to do, and I just needed to keep my mouth shut. And because I very much love and respect that man, even now that he's gone, I did not tell anybody until he told me I could tell James. He and I had had several talks about his health, and he just felt like he was done. His wife had just passed. He was tired. He had suffered through over like 20 years of renal failure. He was just tired, and when he found out he had the mass, he was just done. He did not want anybody taking care of him. He asked me to take care of him until he passed, and so I did. I have no idea, other than God, where I got the strength to do so, because in January my husband also took a slip on some ice, and he dislocated his hip, and he snapped his femur long ways from the knee to the hip bone, and he had to have 2 surgeries last year to fix that. Well, one to fix it and then one to remove everything, because he ended up having issues with the hardware, and there was a screw in there that was digging into him and causing him more pain, and so he ended up having a second surgery. And so at the same time as James was learning to walk again, and I was having to take him to physical therapy and help him with every possible need, I was also having to take care of his dad with every possible need. We lived a mile from each other. I was pretty much not sleeping, because every time I would close my eyes, either James would yell for me from the house, or his dad would call me, or I'd be down here with his dad and James would call me, and it was very exhausting. I'm sorry, my leg, it was just very exhausting. I cried so many times because I just felt like I could not give any more of myself than I was giving. I felt like I wasn't giving enough to my kids. My kids kept saying they understood, but I just felt so overwhelmed. I didn't know how I was going to get through each day. And I truly believe that if it wasn't for God, that I would not have made it through each day with the things that we were going through as a family. His dad ended up passing away. He wanted to be transported to Texas to be buried next to his grandfather that had raised him. So we settled that up. We arranged for people to watch kids. Some of them went to my sister. Some of them went to our friend Terry. CJ stayed here with James's dad's dog, and Terry would come get CJ every day and take CJ to go take care of our house and our animals and our dog and things, and then bring CJ back here, and he would come get CJ for church and things. And it was just, if it wasn't for Terry, I don't know how we would have got through that. If it wasn't for my sister watching my younger kids, it was so overwhelming. And then we had a family member of his who was barking orders and demands, who he only talked to once a year when she would ask him for money every Christmas. And she was like, oh, well, you need to empty that house. I'm selling that house, and you need to get rid of that dog, take it to the pound. And, you know, and we had made him promises, and years before he had already made his will and stuff, and he had left us this house because he wanted us to have a good, safe farm life for our kids. He had told us over and over he didn't want our kids to grow up in town. You know, we were renting out of town, but it was rent. It wasn't something we owned that was concrete. We moved here so that I could help take care of him and his wife, who had dementia before she had passed. And so, because he knew I had a nursing background, he wanted us close. So when we found that house, we moved here, and it was like a lifesaver as far as 5 years later, me ending up having to be back and forth this mile of road over and over. And anyways, we had a whole battle with that over like the will and the house and everything. And in the end, you know, we ended up moving here. That is what his dad wanted. He was very close with myself and the kids. I mean, he and James were close, but his dad was like my best friend in the world. Like, he called me 8 times a day. He was always checking on me and the kids. He was always like remembered every doctor's appointment, everything going on with us. When I was pregnant with Maddie, I said I was dying for a watermelon, and he went every week and bought me a great big Texas watermelon and brought it to me once a week because I had said I was craving watermelon. And he would drive, that was when we didn't even live up here. We lived about an hour away. He would drive an hour every week and go get me a watermelon. But he and I were we were very, very close. We talked about everything all the time, from like their family history to politics to groceries. He would send me to the grocery store for him. He would have me clean his house. I set up all his meds for him. I took him to his doctor's appointments. Like, we just spent so much time together. We were very, very close. And so it was a very hard thing for me to go through, losing somebody I was so close to, having a husband that was still recovering, that was also grieving, that also needed me to do everything for him, having 5 kids. And 2024 was just, it was a long, painful year for me. I lost my aunt, who I was also super close to, in December of 2023, like right at the end of the year. And so I lost her, and then James broke his femur, and then his dad passed. And so I feel like most of 2024 was a year of just intense grief for me. There's a lot of days I question how I got through them because it was just so hard. We did not finish, like, I mean, we're homeschoolers and we do school year round. So when I say we didn't finish school, I mean like we just dropped it when all that happened. And then when we started school back up at the beginning of this year, we have been very motivated to stay on top of it and really push. But there was no way, with everything that was going on at that time, that I could have kept teaching the kids. And I just knew I needed the break, and there was no way I could handle it. And I just had to let that go. But since then, we have more than made up for that. But just all the way around, 2024 was such a hard year. And then in September, James's dad's dog and George were running through the yard. George whipped around the side of me when I got out of the car. She slammed through me. I fell. I landed just the wrong way. And also they told me I have something called spondylolisthesis, I think it is, where my discs aren't where they're supposed to be anyway. And he said I was basically like a walking time bomb for something like this. And when I fell, I broke my tailbone. I broke my L1, I broke my L5, I compressed my 1 through 3, I compressed my 4 and 5, my S1 is bulging. And I have been to pain management doctors, I've been to surgeons, I have to keep following up with my regular doctor because they gave me pain medicine, so I have to do like all the stuff for the opiates and stuff, like the drug testing and stuff that they require, because it's like, I don't know, like the opiate crisis. And I don't even take them except for a bed because I have a family member who is an addict, and I will not ever put my kids through that, what I went through having an addict in our family. I will never ever do that to my kids. So I suffer with a lot of pain, and I just push through it, and I push through it. I feel like 2024, that's like all I did was push through, and I'm gonna try not to cry. But like that was it. That was what I kept telling myself through everything. Just push through, just get through this, just get through this. And even now, like being in so much pain, I just tell myself every day, just get through it. Just push through, do these dishes, and then go sit down. Push through, fold this laundry, and then go sit down. Push through, get through school, and then take a nap. And I feel like people tell me I'm incredibly strong, but I feel like I'm incredibly weak because I can't get through all of this without crying sometimes, and it's been very hard. But as of September, James went back to work. He got cleared to go back to work the day before I broke my back. So he had to take a few days to kind of help get me sort of, I don't know if you want to say better, but he stayed home for like 2 days after I broke my back and picked up my grocery orders, picked up my pain medicine, kind of helped me be comfortable. But then he had to go to work, so the kids had to help me and like to use the bathroom and bathe and everything until I could manage to like do certain things on my own. And I'm definitely not independent. I have to have my kids help me if I use the dishwasher, so I've been hand washing everything. Which now our dishwasher broke because the kids were using it sometimes to do dishes for me, but it broke, so we need a new dishwasher. But like I can't empty my dryer on my own. I can't get into any of my bottom cabinets on my own. I can't get anything in or out of the oven on my own. I can't hardly get to the bathroom trash cans to take out the bathroom trash on my own. And it's very frustrating to me because I am a very fiercely independent person. It is so hard for me to rely on other people. So this year has come with a lot of trials, tribulations, and lessons. I feel like I'm having to learn a lesson in relying on others, and also patience, big patience, because I do not like to sit still and rest. I'm also learning that rest is necessary. All of this to say, it has been a very hard year. I have been working on making some goals and figuring out where my focus is in 2025, because I cannot repeat last year. Not physically, not mentally, not emotionally. I just can't have a repeat of last year. So there are certain things that I'm working on. I just got cleared on physical therapy. They want me to start going to the gym instead because with it being a new year, my physical therapy has to start over. And if I can only get 15 visits with my insurance, anything else will be cash pay. And the physical therapist said if that's the case, that means that if I use that now, after having like the nerve blocks and stuff I'm going to have, I will not have that later if I end up having surgery later this year. So she cleared me from physical therapy. She gave me a modified gym routine and limitations on what I can do. And she told me that I should find a gym that I can go to and just do a daily workout to work on my core strength, work on my leg strength, because I did not qualify for physical therapy after I broke my leg years ago, and I could not afford it at the time. I was going to school, I had kids, and I did not have insurance or anything, and so I could not pay the cash price for physical therapy. So I taught myself how to walk again. My leg has been messed up ever since, so I cannot do like a normal squat like a normal person because my leg will not do it. So she has been helping me work on my leg because there's not much they can do with my back. So she wants me to continue to work on that so that eventually my legs will be strong enough. My leg, I should say, the one I snapped, the tendons in it should, you know, work when I went to bend. So my back hurts actually right now. So I'm going to start going back to the gym. If I'm going to be putting in the work of going to the gym, I'm going to be watching what I eat. I'm going to increase my protein, and I'm going to make sure that I'm losing weight, because obviously losing weight is better for my back in the long run. as far as my family, I have kids who have neurological issues, and I have kids who are struggling with arthritis, inflammation, and things. And in the long run, it would be better for my whole family if we ate more homemade, scratch-made foods, if we cut out dyes and preservatives, if we made positive changes in our diet. So in 2025, there will be changes in our diet. We will be working hard on becoming more independent in our food sources. I'm going to get some butcher chickens. I'm going to get some more egg layers. We're going to butcher pigs very soon. And then we'll be butchering chickens, and we're going to make a point to do better for our food, for our family. And so, you know, also I'll have the greenhouse and probably a garden as well. And I also have a raised bed outside the greenhouse. And all of these things are good sources for good, healthy food that we can freeze and can and dehydrate, and we can create a good food environment for my family. And so we are going to take advantage of that. And it's going to be more work, but we're going to do it. And it'll be the best thing we can do for my family. And so in 2025, I hope you guys will stick around for this journey, because we are going to go on one. I'm going to talk to my doctor about therapy as well, because I feel like with what I've gone through in the last year, that I could benefit from that, because I need to learn how to process all of the things that I've been holding in. I need to process all the things I keep crying about, but I'm not letting go of. I need to process the pain that I've been going through. I need to process not just the physical pain, but the emotional pain I've been going through after the last year. And I feel like therapy is something that I need. So I'm going to be doing that. We're going to be making good food options and choices. We're going to be getting healthier. We're going to be going to the gym. I may actually get a family gym membership and take the kids. If we do the YMCA, they have a swimming pool, and I can take the kids swimming every day. And we are going to make, like I said, we are going to make the changes happen for our family, and we are going to do it. So I hope you guys will stick around for this. We will continue to homeschool. We will continue to homestead. We will make more homemade foods. I restarted my sourdough yesterday when I broke my back. I was having Mika feed it, but sometimes she would forget, and I would be in so much pain, and just trying to get through the day, I would forget, and my sourdough ended up molding. So I restarted it the day before yesterday. Yesterday I fed it. Well, discarded and fed it. So we're growing new sourdough. It's looking strong and beautiful. I plan on making all the sourdough things in 2025. It's going to be our sourdough year. But yeah, I hope you guys will stick around. I'm going to get my focus on vlogging every day. We're going to be staying dedicated and motivated, and we are going to do this. So I hope you guys will subscribe if you haven't. If you're already subscribed, I hope you'll not miss anything coming up. I hope that you guys will help me to stay motivated. I hope you guys will give me ideas and tips on things that will help our family be healthier and stronger in the long run. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful and blessed year, and I hope that it is good for all of us. All of us need that. I feel like I don't know very many people that had a great year last year, so I really, really hope the best for everybody, and I'll see you guys next time with another new video. Bye. Thank you guys so much for listening to our family's plans for 2025. I hope that you'll leave a comment and tell us your plans for 2025, and we can all be an encouragement to each other. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. It really, truly helps my family out in a huge way, and I will see you guys next time with another new video. Bye.